A lot of people wonder how they can make an impact on the world around them. Um, they look at their job and they go, man, this job, I'm not really doing anything meaningful with my life, or not a lot of job satisfaction with where they are. Um, Maybe they're making decent money, maybe they're not. And I just want to take a moment in this video right now and talk about how it is possible for you to have a meaningful impact on the world around you with your finances. Take, for instance, let's say that a person's making $45,000 a year over the course of their career. And I know that's high for starting salary, but let's just assume it's an average for their pay over their careers. If you gave 10% of that $45,000 to charity in your local community, that would be $4,500 a year in donations in 1 year. That's an awful lot of money for 1 year. If you did that over the course of a 40-year career, you would give $180,000 towards those charities that do so much good in a community. That's impactful. That's pretty powerful stuff. Let's kind of zoom out here a little bit and let's look at a metro area. The metro Milwaukee area has about 1.5 million people. The average income for a median household income is $53,000 a year. So if you were to take that, and let's just assume the average household with that dollar amount gave 5% of their money towards charities. It's a little bit more modest, 5%. In 1 year, that would be $2,650, which is still a lot of money. And if you take $2,650 times 1.5 million people, that will give over $3 billion, almost $4 billion, $3.9 billion towards feeding the hungry, taking care of low-income people that have health issues, taking care of their basic needs, doing job retraining. All sorts of very cool things can start happening when you start throwing billions of dollars at the problem. And I'll be very clear, the charities that receive this money are very effective with those dollars. They are usually, if you do your homework and you check out the charities in your community, some are more efficient than others with those dollars, and you can start getting a lot of bang for your buck when you donate to them. A lot of rescue missions, a lot of shelters do a very good job, not just giving a meal and saying, here you go, thanks for coming, we're going to pray for you and best of luck. They go beyond that, they do that, but they also do a lot of job training, a lot of counseling, a lot of taking care of the person and healing them, working with them. And a couple months later, all of a sudden they are able to be back in society and get up back on their feet. That's very powerful stuff. Now assume, getting back to that scenario here, Metro Milwaukee, you've got $3 billion, almost $4 billion available at your disposal. Let's say you have a 7% unemployment rate in that metro area. 7% of that population is going to work out to about 105,000 people who are out of work. And that's not an incredibly high number. It's not good, but it's not horribly. It's not like Great Depression. Of that 105,000, some of those folks have great resumes already. They're just kind of in between jobs. They don't really need a hand with job retraining. So let's just assume here that 1/4 of that 105,000 people do need a lot of help. Maybe their industry is totally shut down and their skill set no longer applies anywhere else. You could take those folks, that's going to be approximately 26,000 people, have a job training program that, let's say, it costs $20,000 to retrain one person. I think that's pretty high. Let's just assume. So 26,000 people needing help with job training, $20,000 job retraining program, which I think is a pretty solid dollar amount. Multiply that, and that is going to cost you about $520 million. Hey, that's not a problem, because we've got almost $4 billion available at our disposal. So just think about this for a moment. Think about how powerful this is. If people would give back to their community with all of the charities that are out there. There's a lot of them. And I'll be the first to admit, some are better than others, some are more effective than others. You got to do your homework and check them out. But if people would give back, think about how powerfully we could impact our communities and start impacting our nation by giving back. I think it's a very good thing to do. I think it's a very healthy thing to be able to bless others with the finances that we are blessed with. So I would very much encourage you. A lot of the financial gurus talk about it in their books. If you check out personal finance books at the library, just about all of them, at least any of them that are any good, are going to talk about the concept of giving back. And I would encourage you to evaluate your own personal life, your own finances that you have, and determine, how can I start doing that? It gives you a healthy approach towards money, and it's definitely a very good thing to start getting into the habit of doing. For more tips, more information on personal finance, check out keepmorebenjamins.com and please subscribe to this channel.